Sometimes love isn't just a fairy tale. It's complicated, messy, and can come with painful moments that make us question everything. Today's story is about the struggle of rebuilding trust after deception and the impossible choice between love and self-respect. Imagine this. You're deeply in love with someone, a person you've shared years of your life with. You were together for over 3 years, friends for a decade, and even lived together. Then, a few months ago, you broke up, heartbreakingly, but for personal reasons that made sense at the time. But through that time apart, you put in the hard work to confront those issues. And once you did, the door to reconciliation started to open. The person you love went on dates while you were broken up. It hurt, but you understood. You were apart, and he was coping too. Before you slept together again, though, you asked if he'd been with anyone else. Not out of jealousy, but to know if you should get tested. He insisted he hadn't. Then, one Tuesday morning, he called you bright and early, saying he'd had a change of heart. He wanted to get serious about resolving things and building a future together. You were overjoyed, hopeful, so you made plans to see each other. And on Saturday, you went on a date, both of you dreaming of a fresh start. It seemed perfect. Like maybe this was the beginning of your happy ending. But just a few days later, you learned the truth, and it felt like a punch to the gut. While you were apart, he wasn't just going on dates. He'd been with someone else multiple times, with the most recent time being the Monday night before his epiphany to get back together. You found out she'd even stayed over, right up until the morning he called, to tell you he wanted to work things out. He'd even told you he was feeling sick that night so you wouldn't interrupt their time together. Now he's begging for forgiveness. He says it's you he loves and that he's sorry he lied. He claims that going through this with someone else is what made him realize he wanted to be with you. But in his desperation to have you back, the trust is shattered. You want to believe him. Part of you hopes this is something you can get past. But the betrayal feels so heavy, so raw. And here's the question you're left with. Can you rebuild trust when lies and deception have eroded the foundation? Can a love like this survive a betrayal this deep? It's a painful truth that sometimes, even with love, a fresh start is impossible. For now, only time, self-reflection, and your heart can tell you which path to take. But whatever you decide, remember, healing is possible, and you deserve a love built on truth and respect.